Welcome to part 1 of the Sparta Cop two-part finale. I've deleted all but one Sparta Cop, which is what this part is mainly going to be talking about. This will serve as my final response to AlexPl4yz. I'm dropping the Sparta Cop persona for this last one, and that will be touched upon as to why in part 2. But I just want to quickly tackle Alex's points throughout all of his many responses. I say I quickly want to do this because I really only need to talk about main points. Now, I'm not going to play bits of his videos throughout the entire thing. I'm just going to address which videos that I'm specifically talking about in these points. I will only be talking about these primary points because he barely has anybody on his side anyways. So, without further ado, I'm just going to get right into it. Point number 1, it is what it is. This was the phrase that he said when trying to justify comparing Cherrybo to Hitler, all because she wanted him to call her by her preferred pronouns. I mean, it's not that hard to just be respectful. Number 2, the screenshot of appreciation. He showed this screenshot in a video and said it was evidence proving I saw him as a brother. That's not what that was. It was just me being appreciative. I don't know how he saw that as that. Number 3, he calls the time he told me to kill myself a trolling arc. Yeah, never say this as a joke, or actually don't even say this to anyone, period. It doesn't matter if it's a joke, you just don't say this to people. Number 4, he talks about this being a lesson or a social experiment, that famous people start getting simps or harassment or stuff like that. Yeah, celebrities are people too. Like, if you're at a concert, you don't just go up on stage and harass the performer. Someone else's fame doesn't give you an excuse to do stuff like this. I originally covered this point in my original script for the Thoughts video. Here's what I said. Celebrities should not have to get used to these kinds of things, and it's because of something called basic human rights. Everything you've said and done to me violates those human rights, and I have a right to call you out on it. Everybody who made a reaction to your video disagreed with you on this take, as they understand they wouldn't want something like this happening to them. My fame doesn't excuse tearing down my personal boundaries just because you wanted to do these things as a joke or a social experiment. Claiming that it's a social experiment doesn't even excuse anything that you've said because there are rules you have to follow. You didn't have to tell me about it, but anyone else who was involved should have been informed, and you told practically no one about it. How do you expect this claim to help your case when you have no one to back you up on it? And not taking the approach to minimize harm ruins the ethical standpoint of the experiment and ruins any data you would intend to collect, which is why you didn't get the results you wanted. You keep claiming that it's a social experiment or a lesson, but you don't know what the fuck you're trying to teach. Number 5, he calls out the fact that I name-dropped these people, and while yes, probably shouldn't be name-dropping them here, they are examples of who you should set yourself to be. Not like copy their whole identity, but more so act the way that they would. Most of them now are just good examples of people who respect people's boundaries. That's why I mentioned them. Number 6, he calls out this poll for, I guess, kicking him while he's down. If it was that bad, he shouldn't have voted for himself. Number 7, I guess he's pissed off that he was banned almost instantly from a lot of servers. He was banned from a very popular server in particular because the mods looked into the situation and saw that he was in the wrong. I guess play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess. Number 8, he claims in another response that it was my fault that I took the situation the way I did, despite the fact that he decided to be an asshole. No one forced him to do the experiment or do the things he did, so I don't understand what he means by this. Number 9, he claims he didn't know what he did was a problem until he started getting backlash. Yet if you need people to tell you not to say or do something, it's probably best to stay off the internet until you know what's acceptable and what's not. Number 10, he made a video about someone else and called them out for making both their avatar and his avatar on Roblox doing the dirty. This is ironic because he did something similar with the YouTube profile pictures of me and Cherrybo. Number 11, throughout every response, he said the same thing, that this was all a lesson about fame and that fame comes with simps and harassment and all that. Well, in this response, he says that the lesson was to just not respond to him. I'm sorry, which one is it? Well, I mean, if that's the lesson, then he really needs to start following his own advice. Number 12, all I'll say is that DUI actually finds the messages that Alex sends them to be really funny. Grant and Brace say they're cool with Alex, but they don't really see him as a friend. They don't really want drama with him. And Enro had this screenshot saying that Alex deleted his message where he actually did say the N-word. This is like the only time Enro has showed up in this situation. I don't see a reason why he would lie in this instance. He has nothing to gain from it. And number 13, overall, he's had the same stance throughout his multiple responses, which leads me to believe that he's not trying to convince you guys that he's in the right. He's only trying to convince himself that he's in the right. Now I will read my final conclusion that was originally in my thoughts video. I know, Alex already lost and I said I wouldn't respond again, but this time I will stop responding. I just want to call out, what the fuck was actually supposed to be the lesson here? Was it that you should just accept sexual harassment as a celebrity, or was it that you should keep quiet about sexual harassment? Because frankly, the intention was one thing, and the message received was another. It's like when you're texting someone without tone indicators. When you type it out, you know you mean it one way, but the recipient takes it as another. More than that, the message was all the way wrong from the beginning, because celebrities shouldn't have to take sexual harassment, because they are human beings just like us who deserve the utmost respect. Just because I have a high subscriber count doesn't mean shit, because no matter what, you still look like a shitty person for saying these things, and that's just common sense. Being considered a celebrity doesn't make me immune to this kind of stuff. My conclusion on Alex is that he's a manipulative, sociopathic abuser. He tried to manipulate everyone by saying that all of this was just a lesson, even though no one was on his side to begin with. He's sociopathic because his sense of right and wrong are screwed up. Even though he admits wrongdoing, he doesn't see it as wrong. It also seems the only person he's trying to convince at this point, again, is himself. And he's an abuser because through all of what he said and done, he'd rather people stay quiet than call him out. Overall, I thought his behavior was very weird and creepy, and now with everything else that's happened, his behavior is just pathetic. I know he's going to try and flip the script on me or shift the blame onto other people. That's just his tactic. I don't really give a shit. I will say that even though, I'm calling him out and stuff, I'm just going to delete the drive that I made. That drive was mainly intended to just show people that he is a shitty person. That doesn't really need to be up anymore because people already know he's a shitty person. So drive's going to get taken down by the time that you see this. But even though the drive is not up, it doesn't really mean that Alex is free from not being observed. I'm pretty sure other people are still going to be screenshotting the things that he says, like DUI, and spreading them around to other people. Hold on, before I get to my final statement, he actually posted a video called You Know It's BS, Robot Fred's Hiatus. I'm actually going to show this video just so you guys know what I'm actually responding to.
Robot Fred quitting. That's bullshit.
That's exactly right. I never said I was quitting. I said I was taking a break for a week or two.
I will remove every video of Sparta Cop, again a personal decision. And guess what? This video is still up. Wouldn't you like to know it? He did not remove every single Sparta Cop.
Oh my god, one video of Sparta Cop is still up. It's the fucking end of the world. The reason why I say I deleted every Sparta Cop, it's because I'm covering different people's situations, something that I'm not really a part of. That video in particular was directly on me, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it up because you still need to be called out for your bullshit. You can call me a liar for keeping that video up. I don't give a shit.
If I don't respond to DMs on Discord, this is why. He has a blue sky. Guess what? I follow him and whoopsie daisy, he blocked me within 30 minutes. So it took me he can be active on Discord to respond to his close friends. And he's active there just to block me when I wasn't even disturbing the peace.
Yeah, if you read it again, I said if I don't respond to DMs on Discord, then that is why. I'm basically saying that if I'm not responding to you, then, I'm taking a break. But obviously, I'm going to respond to my close friends. That's fucking dumb. Why wouldn't I respond to them? Also, I hate to point out the obvious here. Did you only make this video because I blocked you on Blue Sky? Did you really think that just because the drama has been through Discord and YouTube, that I wouldn't block you on another platform? I don't want to deal with you on any social media platform. I'll block you if I fucking want to. I hate to put it bluntly, but don't ever try to contact me again. Obviously, like, if you want to respond to this, I don't really give a shit, but, you know, no matter what you say, it's just gonna look more pathetic to people. I hate to keep putting it like that, but that's the reality of the situation. You're not trying to convince the audience you're right, you're only trying to convince yourself. That's not helping anyone. You fucked up. That's why you're in this position. No one forced you to do this social experiment. No one forced you to say stupid shit. It was all on you. If you can't understand that, then you're just a sociopath. I don't have anything more to do with you after this. The way people see you, how they feel about you, I don't need to get the point across any further. The community's against you. That's not my problem anymore. It's yours. Whether you realize the consequences or not, they have become very clear. If you don't like the pressure being put on you, then, you know, maybe learn to keep to yourself. Holy shit, an 11-minute response. Wow, that was fast. That was only part 1 of the final Sparta Cop. The second part will just be about my thoughts on the SRC. Instead of talking about specific people, unless it's for good reasons, I'm mainly going to give my thoughts from my point of view. Again, I'm still answering the questions that I did not answer in my Q&A, but just know that the answer that I give will be based on my personal experiences. I hope to see you all in part 2, and Alex, nobody is laughing with you, they are laughing at you. Alright, see you guys, thank you, have a nice day, and goodbye.